Hey everyone. Hi. Welcome to the Feature Spotlight. Hey, so nice to have everybody and thank you for joining. Well, hi again. If we haven't met, my name is Abby and welcome to Mangomint's Feature Spotlight and also welcome to 2024. I'm really excited to have you all here today. Today, we're going to have a special edition of our Feature Spotlight webinar where we're going to focus on major updates that we've released in Mangomint over the last few weeks. So, you guys may have seen some of our communications that have gone out over the last few weeks, but you may be aware that we are starting off 2024 with all kinds of really exciting updates to share. So I have a lot of different updates to go over today, and I'm going to give you an overview of all of them today. We won't have time to go into the full details for all of these new feature releases, but I think I'll be able to give you a little taste of all of our different updates. And of course, you can explore more in-depth content on all of these features as well, and check out our other webinars and blogs and Learning Center and things like that. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at Mangomint's latest updates. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen and we will just go from there. Okay, perfect. And let me know if anybody cannot see that. So I am sharing my screen right now. So of course, this is the Mangomint app. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive right in. So first up, I want to talk about a really exciting update. As some of you might be aware, we've spent a ton of time lately focusing on making it easier than ever to get your staff paid on time and handle all of your payroll needs inside of Mangomint. So, the first major piece of this update is that we've completely redesigned and improved our payroll report. So, as many of you, or some of you, listening who are current customers may know, our payroll report actually used to live under our reports tab. And I can just go over here and show you where that used to live. So, it used to live right here. Now, however, we have moved the payroll report. And so now it actually has a new home and its very own payroll screen that's dedicated to all things payroll. So let's go ahead and check out the new payroll screen. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to where it says payroll up here at the top. And now this is taking us to the new payroll screen. So we've made it a lot easier to get the payroll data that you need. And we've also added some new functionality to the payroll report as well. So I'll give you kind of an overview of that. So let's just go ahead and generate a payroll report and see how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and click generate report. And it'll just take a couple of seconds to load here. It's gathering all that information for us. And so as you can see here, I'm going to kind of start just clicking around so you can get more familiar with the report. Now, as I'm clicking through this report, if you started using the new payroll report that we launched back in November, we launched that updated version of it back in November, you will notice that the design that you see here has been updated even more since then. So we've now made this new payroll report even easier and faster to navigate. And you'll kind of see what I mean by this as I'm clicking around here. And I'll just kind of click through and expand some information just so you can see how it looks. So all of the information you need is now on a single screen, and we've really streamlined the look of the report and reduced the number of clicks that you have to do as you're navigating the report. So as you're looking through here, you can see really important details such as hours worked, hourly compensation, services, service sales, product sales, tips, any pay adjustments you might have done, all of that. And of course, you can see all the totals. And then you can also see the totals. If I scroll down to the bottom here, you can see the totals there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of drill down a little bit more. We have Bridget McDowell here. She's one of our staff members. And I'm going to go ahead and just select a specific date so you can see a little bit more about the details that we can see. So I'm just going to go and click here where it says January 8th. And I'm just going to expand the details for that day so we can see more details about the different services and the products that Bridget sold. Something else that's really cool here is that we have this sale number column. And another update that we've added to our payroll report recently is that when you click on these individual sale numbers, you're actually going to be taken directly in a new tab to the specific sale in the sales screen. So I love that functionality. It's really nice if you need to jump to a sale and check that out or adjust anything there. So as you can see here, you can see, of course, the type, the service or product, the name, any of the revenue, deductions, commission rates, all of that type of information. And something else I want to call out here is that we've added even more functionality to our report as well. So along with some of these other updates and enhancements you've seen, another thing that you can do here is that you can easily add pay adjustments as well. And you can do that directly in the same screen here. So pay adjustments are really nice. They're perfect if you want to do something like a one-time bonus or other situations where you need to make an adjustment. Maybe, for example, you had a staff member who stayed late to help a VIP client, something like that, and you want to reward them. So it's really easy to make a pay adjustment right here. So you'll just go to whatever day you want to make the adjustment for, and then you'll just click Add Pay Adjustment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now for Bridget, just so we can see what that looks like. Right here, you can go and select the type. So I love that. You can specify exactly what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and choose bonus, and then you just add the amount. So I'll put in $100, and then you can put in the description as well. So I'll just put something like that, bonus for VIP client. And then I'll just hit create. And now we've created that pay adjustment right there. And you can see it right here. You can delete it if you want to as well. So super easy to go through. You could add a pay adjustment for any day that you needed to by using that pay adjustment button. Something else that's really cool is that you'll see that you can kind of expand and collapse the details for each day as needed. So like if I do not want to see all these details for January 8th, I can easily collapse those details. And I can even go up here and collapse that entirely if I want to get that full picture view of all of my staff members. Something else we've added recently as well to just continue enhancing this new payroll report is that we've also added some new options to the report. So what you can do here is if you go up, I'll just show you those new options. So let's go ahead and check those out. I'm just going to click here where it says options. And so this is really cool. We have a couple settings up here. These are more for payroll processing, which we'll go over in a minute as we talk more about that. But we've kind of made it really easy to fine tune your report settings if you want to. So we have a couple new options here. The first one, you can choose to include days with no compensation. So if you enable that, that is going to show all the days for the selected time period, regardless of whether there was compensation for that particular day. But if you don't want to see that, you would just disable that toggle. And then the other item right here, it says expand all sections. So this is a really nice setting as well. You can either choose to automatically have all the report sections expanded if you want, or if you disable that, like I have it disabled now, then it'll just show everything as collapsed. It will not show that expanded view. But I can show you what that looks like. If I just click expand all sections, I can show you guys what that looks like. So now you can see we've expanded every section. We have all of the different payroll details available here, and I can easily scroll down and see all of them as needed. And something else I want to point this out too, I think this is really cool. You're going to notice that as I'm scrolling down here, there is a lot of information to take in, but we make it really easy to understand, everything you're looking at, because you'll see up here that these row headers, these remain visible at the top as you continue to scroll down. So it still keeps you organized. And I love that feature just so you can kind of really easily understand what you're looking at. And so, you'll also notice as we move down to Olivia, you'll see that up here, then the name Olivia is the one that's kind of frozen there that we can look at, that is visible. And then of course, if you scroll all the way down, you'll just see all of the totals there at the bottom. So I really like that feature. I'm just going to scroll back up now to the top, and I'll just go ahead and collapse these so you can kind of see that overall view there. But go ahead, play around with those options and see what you want to do and use for your payroll report. So I really love that. Okay, so that's kind of an overview of our new payroll report. So definitely check it out, play around with it. Let us know if you have any questions as you're using that more. And then, along with our new payroll report, I will say that the payroll report, that's really only one piece of, it's part of a, much larger major upgrade that we've made to Mangomint over the last couple of months. So in addition to this payroll report, as you may have seen our communications over the last few weeks, we have also recently released our own built-in payroll processing solution. So really exciting update. We are so excited about this feature. As you all know who are listening, historically, salon and spa payroll has been overlooked, I would say. As you know, running payroll is typically a really tedious process. It's very manual. Often it involves a lot of different systems. So, you're maybe going in one system to get your payroll reports, you're going into another system to actually process the payroll, things like that. So it can be really frustrating. And there's also a lot of taxes and compliance considerations, things like that to navigate. So that's why we decided to make payroll much better for salon and spa owners. So our new payroll processing feature really lets you get rid of your third-party payroll systems and handle all of your payroll needs right here directly in Mangomint. So you will be able to process payroll for your W-2 employees and also your 1099 contractors in minutes, all within here in this screen. And I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. We also support multiple compensation methods, including hourly, salary, commission, and tips. So whichever way you're using to compensate your staff members, or also, different methods within that, we support all of that. And it's really easy for your staff members too. It's really easy for your staff to sign up, and they can set up direct deposit, all of that, those typical features that would come with a payroll solution. Another really great thing about our payroll processing is that it is full service. So we will handle your tax calculations, payments, and filings, for all of your taxes, your federal, your local taxes, state taxes, all of that, so that you can remain compliant with laws and regulations. And we'll also take care of things like deductions, reimbursements, all of that type of stuff. So we'll really handle everything for you. So today, this is just kind of a feature spotlight where we're giving you the highlights of these major releases. So we're not going to dive into all of the set of details for payroll processing. This feature is definitely a little bit more involved to set up. However, if you want to get a really in-depth look at payroll processing, especially learning more about the employer setup process, I really recommend that you check out our payroll processing launch webinar recording. We have that up on our website, and that's where you can see more about the setup process. And it's a really great intro to the entire payroll processing feature. So in today's feature spotlight, I'm just going to talk briefly about how you can get started. And then in a minute here, I'm going to show you what it looks like to process your payroll in Mangomint. So just a couple quick details to go over. Currently, payroll processing is available for U.S. customers with a single location, but keep in mind, we are also soon going to be adding support for customers that have multiple locations and also businesses located in Canada. So we'll be adding those coming soon in the next few weeks here. So definitely stay tuned for updates about those two items. But right now, this is available for any customer who is located in the US with a single location. So if you want to get started with payroll processing, first, you're going to schedule a quick call with our support team to make sure that it's right for you. And then in that call, you can learn more about the transition process. And then after you have a call with our team, you're going to complete a few employer setup steps inside of Mangomint. During that time, you're going to need some key information to get started, such as your tax information, your company bank account information, all of that good stuff. And then you'll also be able to invite your staff members to payroll processing at that time. So that's just a little overview of kind of what that process will look like. And it typically takes about 1 to 2 weeks to get set up. So let's go ahead now. I want to make sure we're, continuing on this demo here. And I want to show you briefly an account that's already been signed up for payroll processing and show you what it looks like once you've completed those setup steps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to leave the payroll report and I'm going to click on settings. And then I'm just going to click here on staff members. And I'm going to select one of our staff members that has already been enrolled in payroll processing. So I'm going to click on Bridget McDowell here, and then I'm just going to go to the compensation tab right here. So you can see here all of the different, these are all the different settings for compensation. So whether she gets service commission, product commission, hourly and also salary as well. And we also have a couple new items here that we'll go over in more detail when we have the next feature spotlight on payroll processing at the end of January. So stay tuned for that as well. We'll go over some of our latest updates, a little bit more nitty gritty on that. But you can see here, if we scroll down here, we can see that Bridget McDowell has been successfully enrolled in payroll processing. So you can see her status is showing as active for payroll processing. And then I can go ahead, if I just want to access her payroll setup, I'm just going to click on that so you can get a little preview of what that looks like. So you can see here, this is where you can add all of your personal information. Obviously, the staff member will be adding this as well, but as the admin, you can also go in and add that too. You can go here, edit, different contract information, tax information. We can just go ahead and click through a couple of those. So that's where you can have see all of that information, pay distributions, benefits, things like that. So that's kind of what that would look like for one of your staff members who has already been set up for payroll processing. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out now. And then next, I actually want to show you guys what it looks like to run your payroll in Mangomint. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the payroll screen. So I'm going to go ahead and click on more and click on payroll. Okay, and now I'm back here in the payroll screen. And then I'm going to go ahead and generate a report. And of course, you can select the time period that you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and run the payroll for the time period that's selected, which is the payroll period of December 29th through January 11th. Obviously, this would depend on whatever pay periods you have set up. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and run payroll. So I'm going to click on that. And then right now it's just generating, it's gathering all the information and getting it ready to run payroll. And then there's a notification here about, updating the pay date. So this just, it says, please select a pay date on or after January 16th, or you can pay with a paper check. I'll just go ahead and update that just for demo purposes. Obviously, this is not a real account or anything like that, but I'll just go ahead and update that. And then from there, you can actually go through and just kind of double check that all the information looks great for your payroll run. You can see which staff members will be included in this payroll run. You can also see their pay method. So you can go here. You can even change that if you wanted to. You can see their hourly compensation, their tips, all of the other information here, even bonuses, things like that. And then that was for those pay adjustments that we've added for Bridget. I actually added another one before that as well. That's why you see the $200. And then, of course, you see the gross pay and all the total information as well as the total hours. So then we're just going to go ahead and click next. And then this is just a final, looking at everything, check it out. You can also view the details if you want to. So if I click on here, I can actually drill down even further and see all of the transaction details for a specific staff member. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that. And then once it all looks good, you'll just go ahead and click on Submit Payroll. And then that is now submitting. And then I do have Olivia Taylor, one of my staff members that we write checks for. So this is just a reminder for me to go ahead and write the check and deliver it by that pay date of January 16th. So I'll just go ahead and close that. And then it says you did it. So we've submitted our payroll. Everything looks great. I can see the debit date and the debit amount, as well as that worker to pay by paper check. So I'm just going to go ahead now and click done. And then something else that's really great too, if you head back over to the options that we were looking at before, we also make it super easy to view all of your past payroll run history. So I'm just going to go here and click on that, and we can see all of our past payroll runs. So this is the one that we actually just completed, and you can click into here if you want to and view all of the details for it. So I'll go ahead and close that out. But yes, very super easy to do and handle all of your payroll needs in Mangomint. So definitely, like I mentioned before, this was a pretty quick overview of payroll processing, but definitely go back and watch our launch webinar that we uploaded back in November, I think it was, or also join our upcoming feature spotlight on payroll processing at the end of January for an even more in-depth look. And in that webinar, we'll also go through more of the employer setup side of things as well. So now I'm going to kind of switch gears a little bit, and I'm actually going to switch accounts so I can show you another feature that we've recently released in Mangomint. So let me go ahead and just switch my screen real quick, and we'll go over to that other account. All right, let me bring up my screen share again for you. Okay, perfect. So I'm now in another demo account for you at the Seven Lakes Salon and Spa. Kind of switching gears a lot off of away from payroll processing. Something else that we released in the last few weeks is a really powerful update to our integrated forms add-on. So we made integrated forms a lot more powerful with the release of our new image markup feature. And this is a really cool feature. I'm so excited to talk about it. Image markup is a brand new form field that we've added recently that lets you identify injection sites, do other things like document treatments, document focus areas, and really track progress with a variety of intuitive markup tools. So this feature is really great, especially for med spas or maybe massage therapists. Really helpful, if you're running services like that, whether it's like injections for neurotoxins, giving massages, all that type of stuff. But image markup is also really useful for all kinds of other services. So maybe you're offering facials or other skincare treatments, brow services, tattoos, piercings, waxing. There's a lot of different types of services that can still benefit from using image markup. So I love this feature. And it's really neat because you can use this to annotate and mark up different types of images, such as either real photographs of your clients, or you can also mark up templates. And the cool thing about this is that we have a variety of blank face and body templates as well to get you started. You can easily download those templates from our Learning Center. So let me go ahead, and I'm on my calendar screen now. But I'm going to go ahead and jump over to our form setup area where we can kind of check out what the new field looks like. So let's go ahead and go over to settings. Okay, I'm just going to click that. And then let's just click on form templates. So this is where you'll go to actually add the new field. And we'll just select a form to get started here. So the one that I'm going to update here is I've previously added this form called facial treatments and or injections form. So we'll just go ahead and use that one. So I'm now clicking on that. And then we've already enabled this form, but what we can do here is, of course, you can fill out your details about who fills out the form, how often it needs to be filled out, all of that. But to add the new field, you'll just go ahead and go to the form fields. And then we do already have a couple fields on this form, but I'm going to go ahead and add the new image markup field. So all you do is click add a new field, and then we'll just go here to where it says image markup. So this is that new field we've added. So let's go ahead and click that. And then we're just going to add a couple details here. So the first one, it does ask for a prompt. So we can just add any prompt that we want here. I can just say, please mark up the template. And then we just added that there. And then next, we're going to choose which markup tools are enabled. And this is really cool, I think, because depending on who is filling out the form, whether you have a staff member filling it out or your clients, as you looked there in the details settings, you can see that you can choose whether staff or clients fill out the form, or maybe it's an external form as well. But based on who's filling it out, you can actually enable or disable the various markup tools accordingly. So this is really nice because, and I'm just going to click that so you can see all of the different markup tools. But it's great because let's say, for example, you have a client filling out the form, maybe you don't want them to have access to all of these different annotation markup tools. So if you wanted to, you could just easily disable those, some of them, for example, if you wanted to. But for this example, I'm going to go ahead and just leave all of the markup tools enabled. And then we'll just go through, and next you choose your image type here. So this is really nice because you'll either choose whether to mark up a predefined template, such as, you have a image of a face or a body, something like that. Or you can also have the user upload their own image or even a photo when they're filling out the form. So you can kind of do whatever you want. You can have an image that's already set up, or the user will provide it while they're filling out the form. So for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and use the template option, and I'm going to provide an image in advance that basically that staff members will use whenever they fill out the form. So now I'm just going to go ahead and upload an image, and I'm just going to choose one of our templates that we actually have available. This is our female face here. And so there we go. We can see that that has now been uploaded. And then I will require the field. And then I'm just going to save. So let's go ahead and save. And then, so now we've added that field to our form here. So let me actually show you guys what this looks like. And can I show you guys a little bit about how our editor works? So next I'm going to go back over to our calendar. And then I have, various appointments set up for today, but let's go ahead and open this appointment that we have for Michaela Fitzgerald. She's coming in for some Botox. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then all I need to do now, and again, this would be as if I am, a staff member who is filling out the form. So then I'll just click here on that form that we just set up, the facial treatments and or injections form. I'm going to go ahead and click that and then just click fill out. And so now, of course, I get the little preview of the form here. So I can select which treatments were used. I'm just going to select Botox injections just as an example. And then it says it has our prompt here, please mark up the template. So then I'm going to just click here where it says markup image. And we're going to click that. And then here we go. So now you guys can see that this has opened up our really easy to use image editor. And I'll kind of just click around a little bit. Again, I won't go into so much detail on this webinar, but we do have a couple image markup specific webinars coming up that you can check out where we'll kind of go through these different markup tools in more detail. But you can see here we have all kinds of different markup and annotation tools available for you. So you can see here we have, for example, a pen tool, or you can also choose to use a highlighter. You can change the color of the different marks that you're making, which is really nice. So I could use blue, for example. Let's say, for example, I just wanted to, indicate some frown lines. So I can just go here, do something like that, and just add dots. Just add some dots there, just so you can kind of indicate that. And then there's all types of other different tools we have here. So you have, if you click here, you can see we've got like arrows, lines. You can do rectangle, ellipse, so different shapes, things like that. It's also really easy to use this. And, if you want to go back, maybe you didn't mean to put that mark there or go forward, it's really easy to add it back again. We also have notes. So you can easily add a note. So maybe I want to, let's say, for example, that, Michaela would like to take care of some crow's feet that she has developed. So we can just go ahead and use this. And we can just put little X's. We can do something, we'll put an X there right by her eye, and then we can add a note. So we can say like crow's feet, and then I'll add, oops, let me open that again. I'll just say something like 12 units of Botox. And then we'll maybe add another note here. We can say frown lines, and then we can add something like 15 units of Botox. So really easy to write those notes there, write as many notes as you want to, and keep everything really organized. I can easily close that out. I can add, another mark over here if I wanted to, or I can kind of use this. Let's say I want to point something out. I can easily use that and point out using the arrows, things like that. So tons of different markup tools available for you, and you can get pretty detailed in the types of information that you're saving here. But it's a really great editor to use. It's so easy to use it, and I love it because, again, you can easily go through and move things around. You can change the size of things easily, and it's really easy to delete, things like that. So we make it really easy for you to use. But that's kind of an overview of how the image markup tool actually works. I won't continue to keep adding, annotations on here, but this just gives you a little bit of a preview of that. So definitely start playing around with it. Let us know if you guys have questions as you're using it. Basically, once you're filling this out and you finish adding all of your annotations and all the markup that you want to add, you would just go ahead and save that. And then you can see here that this marked up image is now saved. Once we submit it, I'll go ahead and submit it here. And then that is going to be submitted. And now it's now saved on Michaela Fitzgerald's client profile. So love that. And again, definitely check out our upcoming webinars on image markup to learn more about that feature. Okay, so we're getting close on time, but there is one more major update that we've launched in Mangomint that I want to make sure that we go over today and highlight for you. So something else, and again, you may have seen our communications going out about this recently, but just in mid-December, we did launch Mangomint's very own built-in email marketing feature. So let's just go ahead and jump right over to the new email marketing screen and talk about that some more. So go over here to more. In my case, I just click on more to see email marketing up here. It just is based on the screen size. So depending on how large your screen is or things like that, you may need to click the more to open that. So I'm just in there now. Now I'm in the email marketing screen. And so email marketing, as you all know, this is a must-have component of your overall marketing strategy for your salon and spa. Our email marketing feature is going to help you boost your bookings, drive more sales, promote your services to relevant audiences, send really personalized email campaigns, and build lasting relationships with your clients. And I love this tool because you can use our email marketing to send all kinds of different types of campaigns. So maybe you want to send some newsletters or deals and promotions, or you want to send some announcements about, special events that are happening or new locations you might be opening. Maybe you have a new staff member who you've hired on and you want to kind of announce them and let people book directly with them. So there's so many things that you can do with our email marketing. So right here, we're in the email marketing screen here. And this is really your home base for all of your campaigns. And this screen lets you see all of your sent campaigns. You can see here the status indicator. So we can see these ones are green. That means they were sent. And of course, you can also see all of your draft campaigns as well. And you can see all of that at a glance. You can also see really important statistics, important metrics and insights about your campaigns here. So yeah, lots of good information to check out there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and now create a new campaign so you guys can see what that looks like. Again, this will just be a quick overview of what you can do with our email marketing. But if you want a really in-depth look at email marketing, definitely check out our launch webinar that we did back in December. We'll go over more details in that webinar, and we'll of course feature this in an upcoming feature spotlight as well. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to click on new campaign just to kind of give you guys a taste of how this works and also show you guys how easy it is to use our email marketing. So next we're going to add a campaign name. So I'm just going to add February birthdays, for example. Okay. And then I'll just add a subject. So I'm just going to do something like happy birthday from Seven Lakes Salon and Spa. So we have my subject line in there. And then next, we're going to choose who to send our campaign to. So you can either send the campaign to all clients subscribed to your list, or you can send it only to certain clients based on filters. And I think this is where it gets really cool because you can use these filters to basically create really highly customized audience list and kind of target clients based on really specific criteria. Especially you can even drill down and use information kind of based on their interactions that they've had with your salon and spa and like different criteria about their client profile. So I really like that. I'm just going to click here so you can start seeing what types of filters are available for you. So you can see we have all different types of filters here. Maybe it was with a certain service provider, or you can filter based on different services they had in a specific category, things like that, or, different locations they visited, if they have a future appointment or if they don't have a future appointment on the books, and you want to reel them back in, get them re-engaged. So you can filter on that. But I do also want to make sure I call out that we've actually recently released 3 brand new filters as well right here. So of course, we already had a lot of really cool filters when we released this just a few weeks ago, but we've now added even more filters to just make it that much easier to create really customized audiences. So we've now added new filters for spent more than, and this is really cool because this filter is great to use it to target top spenders. So if you click on that, you can basically just choose any amount, and then it'll look at the total sales for each of your clients and then let you know how many fall into that category. Maybe it's $500, whatever you want to put there. So that's a really neat filter. We've also, I'll just close that out. If I go back here, we have also updated our filter for has a membership. So we now have has membership. Previously, when we first launched email marketing, you could basically just filter based on whether they had an active membership or not. But now you can actually use this to kind of target clients that have specific memberships. So you can choose one or more memberships and send really highly targeted campaigns for those memberships. And then something else that I'm really excited about, and I think the one, of course, that I want to use in my campaign that I'm building here, it's all about February birthdays. So we've also added this filter for birthdays. So if I scroll down here, you'll see that we have this new birthday filter. And so you can choose, basically you can use this to target your clients, based on which month their birthday falls in. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this filter, and I'm just going to choose February, for example. We're here January 9th. I want to go ahead and prep an email campaign for next month. So I want to send something pretty soon to people who have an upcoming birthday in February. So you can see we have 3 clients that match those filters. I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Next. And then from here, this is now where we get to choose an email template. So, the really cool thing about our email marketing is that we make it really easy to set up these campaigns, and you don't need to start it from scratch. So we've actually created this whole template library, and we have all kinds of really beautiful pre-made templates that are available for you to use. And something else that's really neat is that we've just added some new templates for birthdays. So if you scroll down here, of course, you can see we have all kinds of different templates in here that fit, whatever brand aesthetic you have, we'll have something that will match that. But if you go down here, you can actually see that we've added these new templates just within the last few days. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose one of these for our birthday campaign. And I love this because you get a nice preview of the email template as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and click Use this template. And then now, this has now taken us to our easy drag and drop email editor. So this is where we'll actually build the emails. Of course, I'm not going to build out this entire email for you. We don't have time for that, but I just want to kind of give you a taste of how to use this editor. So we can just go through, update a couple modules here. We can add some text here, just something like, we can update that. Celebrate your birthday, something like that. Maybe you want to send them a special offer, or you want to encourage them to book. You can do something like this. There we go. Maybe you want to give them, a special gift card or something like that. So we can just continue updating that. And you would just go through and continue updating that text as you need to. And what I want to call out here too is that you'll see right here, we have like content, rows. So basically what you can use is you can use these rows and the content to actually build your entire email. So you just add additional rows if you need to. And then if you click on content here, this is where you can kind of drop in all of the other content you need. So you can add headlines, paragraphs, images, buttons, social media icons, even videos, things like that. So you can easily drop all of that in as you need to and kind of adjust it as you need to as well. And something else that I love about this is that you can update it on both mobile for a mobile view or also desktop as well. So you can make sure to optimize the email no matter what device your clients are on. So that's just kind of a taste of our image editor. Obviously, you would go in, spend a bit more time in there, build that out as you need to, but just kind of wanted to show you how that works. And then once you have your email set up and everything looks really perfect, you can, of course, go ahead and click Save and Next. So then you'll just go ahead and click there. And then now this is where you'll actually choose, if you want to send your campaign immediately, or you can also schedule it for later. So if you click that, obviously it'll be sent right away. Scheduling for later is really nice. I highly recommend this option just because it's really nice because you can actually prep your email campaigns in advance and then send them at a later time. So it'll help save you time and make sure that you're, optimizing your time. Maybe you can actually work on a bunch of email campaigns at one time and then have them going out of the next few weeks or things like that. So definitely recommend you choose that option. And also something else, another reason that we really recommend using this scheduling feature is that you can actually choose to schedule your campaigns during times that are more optimal for people to open them. So to help improve your open rates. So just another reason to try that out. So let's say, for example, I want to send this I want to send it on February 1st, for example. So I can just go ahead and choose my date. It'll let me know how many marketing credits I need for the campaign. That's also something I want to point out here as well, is that marketing campaigns do require marketing credits. We have more information in our Learning Center about how that works. So definitely check that out. Let us know if you have questions about it as you read through that. But I do want to also point out that every customer has been given 300 marketing credits, so you can really test out the feature as well. So definitely recommend you go in, start creating some campaigns, maybe start a couple test campaigns just to test it out and see how it works, and then start out some different campaigns. And we have a lot of different ideas and content on the types of email campaigns you could send with email marketing. So definitely let us know if you want any ideas on that. And also check out our blogs, webinars, things like that. We have a lot of great content about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just click schedule campaign. And then now it's scheduled. So we can see here that that is scheduled. And of course, if I click through, you can see a lot of great information as well about our past campaigns too. So, there's a lot of different information to go over here. We'll definitely go over more of this when we do our next feature spotlight on email marketing. And definitely make sure that you check out our email marketing launch webinar to get a lot more information about the feature as well. But just wanted to highlight that major release for all of you. Okay, so we are getting close on time here. I just want to check and see if we have any questions that have come in. So let's see here. Okay, I do see a question here. Let's see. It looks like this is a payroll question. So going back to payroll processing, someone has asked, where can my employees and contractors view their pay stubs? So that's a really great question. Your workers will be able to view their digital pay stubs in their Mangomint account. So when they log in, they'll just see a screen where they can access all of their digital pay stubs. So that's really easy to do. And let us know if you have more questions about that. And then it looks like there's another question here. Let's see, I'm just pulling that up. Okay, so this is actually coming back to email marketing that we were just talking about. Someone has asked, are there different permissions for email marketing? So yes, that's another great question, and we didn't touch on that here, but absolutely, we do have specific permissions for email marketing. That's really nice. Like, say, for example, you want to have one of your staff members, maybe you have a front desk worker that you want to help, that you want to, be handling and actually creating campaigns, but not sending them out. You can use our permissions to kind of control that. So I'll actually show you that real quick. If we go over here to settings, we'll click on that, and then let's click on staff members. And then I'm just going to click on Andre Butler, for example. And then we would just click here where it says permissions. And then what we'll do is scroll down to, we actually have a whole new section for email marketing. So I'm just going to scroll down to those permissions. And you can see right here, we have this section for email marketing permissions. And so you can give the ability to edit campaigns and also to send campaigns. And you can see those are separate. We purposely broke out those permissions so that, like I mentioned before, if you have a front desk worker or some other staff member you want to help edit campaigns, but who can't actually be the one sending them, you could give them that permission. Or, maybe you want somebody to both edit and send the campaigns. You can do that really easily. So that is an excellent question as well. Okay, awesome. Well, I think that is all the questions we had. And I know that was a ton of information to go over. We really packed a lot in today, but we've had so many exciting big releases that rounded out 2023 and helping us head into 2024. So really excited about all of these. And we are going to continue to add enhancements and improvements for all of these features I went over. So keep an eye on our products updates page at updates.mangomint.com. We are routinely updating that with more information, details about lots of little updates we're making to all of these new features. And also keep an eye on our feature spotlight page. So we're going to be hosting more dedicated webinars on all of the different features that we covered today, as well as other Mangomint features too. So if you have any questions about all of the different features and the details that we went over today, definitely start a chat with our support team and also check out our Learning Center, and we'll be able to help you out there and give you a lot more detailed information about any question you might have. And if you're listening and you're not using Mangomint yet, definitely go to mangomint.com and you can actually book a demo and see all these features on a personalized demo and get all your questions answered as well by a product expert. So thank you so much for tuning in today, everybody. So excited to have you all and really excited to kick off 2024 with these exciting updates. All right, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.